Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Skye and today we are finally doing my 2023 makeup favorites. I have a lot to get through in this video, so grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's talk about all the makeup that I've been loving this year. Alright, let's get right into it. So I don't actually have something for every single category in this video because not gonna lie, a lot of the time I just use the same complexion products, and if I talked about them every single year it would be a bit redundant, so I just wanted to pick out the highlights. However, a base product I will be talking about is this. This is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I am in the shade Light. This really surprised me this year. It has an airless pump, and you can see that I have almost completely used this up. I bought this on a whim just because my main concealer, my Oma Beauty Stay Woke concealer, ran out and they were out of stock on the Beauty Bay website. I don't know if they still carry Oma Beauty anymore. I'm not too sure, but either way, my shade was out of stock and I was like, okay, let me just grab something from my drugstore, and this looked alright, so I was like, yeah, I like NYX's products, let's give it a shout. Oh my god, this stuff is incredible. It says concealer serum, which you'd think it would be like a lighter coverage. No, this is full coverage. This matches my skin absolutely perfect. It has the right amount of like olive and yellow undertones to it that just blend seamlessly into my skin. And because this is a concealer serum, it really melds into my skin and it just looks like skin. I can't believe it's not skin. It does have a satin finish once you set it down with powder, although if you did just leave it to unset, it is quite dewy. But this works really nicely with my oily skin. I love this so much. I love the pump on it. It is just wonderful. I will be repurchasing this once it runs out. Now blushes, I've got 3 to talk about. One I didn't actually buy this year. I bought this last year, but I use it so much that it just deserved another mention. And it's the blush I'm wearing today. This is the Patrick Ta She's Baked Blush Duo. This is what it looks like right here. You have a cream and a powder, and it's this really beautiful, like, terracotta. And I don't know what it is about this tone of blush, but this looks so good on my skin tone and with my features. I'm wearing the powder today, and it is so creamy and pigmented, like, truly the most flawless powder blush formula I've ever used. And even though it is very pigmented, you can really control how much pigment you actually want because it does like blend into your skin beautifully. And I prefer a more pigmented blush anyway. The cream really surprised me, and I actually used the cream more than the powder this year. And also I love this packaging, how the cream is protected with like this little like plastic cover. Genius. This cream works amazingly over powdered skin and also works great when you powder on top of it. That is something with cream and liquid blush that is really important to me. I am not changing my routine for a single makeup product. If you can't fit in with my routine, you're getting out. I don't care. And actually, an honorable mention is this brush. Now, I never talk about brushes in my videos purely because they're just not something I'm really interested in. If they do the job, then I'm happy. But this brush is the Made by Mitchell M4 brush. As you can see, I need to clean it. It's like a dense, angled, it's like dense yet fluffy angled brush. This is perfect to use with liquid and cream products. You just tap it in the cream and then tap it on your cheeks. It just blends things out beautifully. I fucking love that brush. But yeah, I can't deny Patrick Ta has me with this blush duo. Like, he has me by the throat, and I simply am accepting. Another cream blush we have to mention, this is the About Face Cheek Freak Blush Balm, and this is the shade Raunchy. I love this packaging. It's just really satisfying to me that it matches the actual colour perfectly. Now, this blush is really subtle. I do have to build it up quite a bit if I want like an intense blush moment like I have today, for an example. And because it's a blush balm, it is very dewy. And even though it is dewy, it sets really nicely with a light layer of powder. And I honestly really like this when I want to do lighter blush days. Yes, I know, me, the king of clown blush, is like, yeah, I like natural blush sometimes. Look, there's a time and a place for it, and this fits that time and a place really wonderfully. I love setting this with my Cover FX Light Peach, Soft Peach blush duo. Those two pair really nicely together, but even this on its own, you can like blend it on with your fingers beautifully. You don't even need a brush because the formula is so thin, and the colour is a beautiful, soft, like warm peach. It just makes me look really healthy and nice. If I could change one thing about it, it would be to make it a bit more pigmented. Now, speaking of pigmented blush, we're gonna talk about the Made by Mitchell blush formula. This is the shade Peach Sugar, and I got this in a mystery bag alongside the brush that I mentioned. And it was my first time trying Made by Mitchell, and I know that my friend Jazz loves their blush formula. I think Jazz genuinely has all the shades at this point. So I already knew that when I got this in my mystery bag, I'd like it, but I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do. Clearly, it's a yearly favorite. The applicator is like really thin and angled, and this is more so like, this is a liquid that sets to a powder, and this is a gorgeous like peachy pink shade on my cheeks. It reminds me a bit of Lethal Nectar, which is my favorite like pinky blush, like mixed in with a bit of a peach. I mean, Peach Sugar makes sense. But this is the most pigmented blush formula that I have ever tried. Honestly, you just need like a few dots on your cheeks and you're set if you want like a heavier blush look. If you like lighter blush, this might be a bit hard to work with. You can sheer it out, but you do have to work with it quite quickly. And it's very easy to go overboard, but I like overboard. I do be going off this ship. I'm in the water. Help me. I don't know where I was going with that, but this blush formula is really fucking good. Like, oh, I would love to get more shades of this, but I am like hyper aware that creams and liquids go off faster than powders, and now that I'm dipping my toes into the cream and liquid blush and highlight world, I fear that a lot of them will go off before I even get the chance to like use them a good amount. But yes, thank you Jazz for standing the Made by Mitchell blush, because I completely get it. I get it now. Now highlighters, we have two to talk about. One oldie but a goodie. This one is from last year. It's still a favourite, y'all. This is the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek Pearlized Formula in Moon Peach. I got this in PR last year, and dude, it's just brilliant. It is a stunning, like, champagne-y peach with a blue shine to it. I'm wearing it on my cheeks today, and the thing about this, like, putty formula, like, honestly, as much as I don't support Colourpop anymore, they really popped their pussies with this putty formula, because it's fucking great. It just blends into your skin so beautifully, and because this formula is pearlized with a bit of shimmer in it, it just looks like my skin is glowing. And this highlighter and the other highlighter I'm gonna mention are the only ones I have been using this year. Like, genuinely, I've not used anything else except for these two. And this is so easy as well, because you can use your fingers to apply it. I love finger painting with makeup. I was gonna say I love fingering makeup, but that's something else entirely. Ew. Now the other highlighter I have to mention, I got this in PR, and I did do like a sponsored Instagram ad with them, and man, I'm so glad that I did, because this shit is so fucking good. This is the Lottie London Diamond Bounce highlighter in the shade Frosted. Now I believe this is actually like a dupe of the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb. Look at how sparkly it is. I have hit pan. This is like the most beautiful, glossy, wet, sparkly formula like on your cheeks. Again, it's that sort of putty formula that the Colourpop Super Shock cheeks are. But this is hyper sparkly and intense, but it has a clear base, so I'm pretty sure that like everybody can get really good use out of it. It has like a silver pink sparkle to it, and it just looks incredible on your cheeks. I have worn this so much. I've even used it as eyeshadow and as inner corner highlight. It is perfect for that. If you like the vibe of the Fenty Beauty Diamond Bomb but you don't want to spend Fenty Beauty prices, Lottie London Diamond Bounce. It's fucking brilliant. Right, let's move on to eyes. So let's talk about miscellaneous eye products before we get into like eyeshadows, shall we? Let's kick off the eyes with this product, this beautiful pot of magic. This is the Glisten Cosmetics Chroma Flakes in the shade Fairy. Now, can't lie, did I choose this because of the name? Yes. Yes, I did. Name something anything to do with fairies, and I'm there. I'm outside the house of the lab. The house of the lab? The lab isn't a house. Well, technically it's a building, so buildings are inherently houses. They're housing something. we're going off topic. This is essentially a flaky pigment, but it's suspended in like a glue gel base. And this shade Faerie has the prettiest like pink, gold, green reflectiveness to it. And because this has like a gel base to it, it makes it so much easier to apply than loose flakies. I have used loose flakies, can't say that word, in the past, and they're just too messy for me. But this, I put this like all over my lid, like just by itself if I want some really fun sparkle. This is beautiful layered on top of other eyeshadows. You do have to be a bit careful because it can look a bit chunky if you put too much on, but you just work in little baby steps. This formula has not dried out on me, and I believe I bought these like at the beginning of the year, and I really want to get another shade. I want to get one of their iridescent shades because I just feel like I'd use that so much. And even still, this little mighty pot is so great. I do have a discount code with Glisten Cosmetics. It's SKYE15 if you want 15% off. Continuing on with the Glisten Cosmetics theme, we have to talk about the Chroma Flicks. They again popped their pussies with this. These are essentially multi-chrome eyeliners, and this is the shade Medusa. I do also have the shade Beetle, which I really like, but Medusa, I mean, you can see, I've used her a lot. This is your standard old gold green, deep green, lime green shifting like colour, and we know how I feel about greens. I fucking love greens so much. And this formula is really lovely. I like to apply it with the brush straight on, but you do have to do like a couple of layers.
Yuki, do you want to say hello to the camera? Say hello. Oi. Do you want to say hello?
But yeah, you do have to like even this out because the pigment isn't like fully like even when you first put it on, but I don't care that you have to work with it because it doesn't really crack on my eyes, and it just has such an impact. Like you can just see the shift so incredibly beautifully. I love Medusa. This is my favorite shade. I love her. Really good if you want to do like a really simple way to wear multi-chromes in your everyday life. These Chroma Flicks are it. And again, SKYE15 saves you 15% off. Now a surprising one that I've fallen in love with is an eye primer. This is from Alter Ego and it's their eyeshadow primer. This is what it looks like right here, and has this dethroned my Milani like eyeshadow primer? I don't think so. I love this one almost as much as the Milani one, but I had to mention it because like, for how many years has this reigned supreme? But now that there's a contender in here. Alter Ego actually sent me 2 of these eye primers in different PR boxes, and I gave one of them to my friend Emma because I was like, Emma, do you have any eye primer that you're going to be using? Like, what are you using? And she was like, oh, I don't use one. And I was like, what are you doing? But this formula is wonderful. It has more of a base colour than the Milani one. I love the doe foot applicator with it. I think that's what I love most about it. It makes my eyeshadows last really long, like very long lasting, akin to the Milani one. They don't fade or crease or anything like that. This is really good if you have oily eyelids. It's just a good, nicely tacky base for eyeshadow. It works with every single eyeshadow formula that I've used it with. It's just a fucking good primer. Now mascara, this is actually my second tube of this, in different packaging though. This is the Lottie London Super Fake Mascara. Now they initially sent me one in PR along with like, you know, the highlighter and a couple other bits, but I completely used up the mascara and I bought another one and a third. One thing you should know about me is that my eyelashes fucking suck. They're not good. They're short, they're sparse, they're just not fucking good. They're just not good. My lower lashes are a completely different story, like that's actually just a wasteland. They are awful. However, this mascara, this one, Lottie London, I don't know what crack you put into this. I don't know what you put in, but it's more-ish. I just want more. I keep seeing that peep show meme of Super Hands going, that crack is really more-ish, and now I can't stop saying it. Which I really should stop because I don't want to be saying that while I'm at work and then everyone thinks that I do crack cocaine. I have never touched those drugs in my life. But this wand is the fucking tiniest little thing. It holds a good amount of product, and this lengthens and separates and volumizes your lashes ridiculously. I understand why it's called super fake. It just works. It makes me look like I have eyelashes. This look probably isn't the best to demonstrate because I have, you know, dark, smoky makeup on, but like, they make it look like I have lashes, and that's the main thing. They just make me look like I've got volumized, like, lashes that are actually there. I usually put 2 coats of this and I'm good to go. I do find though that when it does dry up a little bit, it does get quite clumpy. I mean, it's already like a bit of like a thicker mascara anyway, but when it dries up, it gets thick. So that's something to note, but this is really lovely. It doesn't smudge on me or anything like that. It's, mwah. I fucking love this mascara. Fucking love it. Now this is a bit of a random one, but these are my favorite lashes of all time. Ever. Blend Bunny Saint lashes. I won't harp on these for too long because, like, what can you really say about a pair of lashes? Like, it's just kind of like, oh, they look nice. But they do, they look nice. These have like a crisscross, like, spiky V to them. Like, some bits are shorter than the others, and that look, my favorite thing. I wish I wore these with this makeup look, but I'll be honest, I didn't put them on because I was feeling fucking lazy. I'm tired. I'm filming this on Boxing Day. I had a busy Christmas. I'm a sleepy boy. These are so easy to apply, really comfortable. I have worn these a ridiculous amount and they haven't even begun to break, which is impressive because I'm not that, I'm really bad at taking care of my eyelashes, like fake lashes. I just kind of like toss them around and piss her. I'm not precious with them. I'm really not. So I need ones that are very durable and long lasting, and these really are. Rightio, let's talk about eyeshadow palettes, shall we? I have 6 palettes to talk about. Actually 6 palettes and 6 lipsticks. Ah, I like that. I guess since we were just talking about Blend Bunny, let me talk about the Blend Bunny palette that stole my fucking heart this year. And it is the Blend Bunny Lure palette. I feel like this is so underrated from Blend Bunny. Is it? I don't know. Blend Bunny has quite a few palettes out now, but Lure... bitch. I think this actually came out this year, like earlier this year. I don't remember. Earlier this year feels like 3 years ago at this point. It's been a very busy year for me. But this is what Lure looks like. It is a 24 pan palette, and I love the way that Blend Bunny organizes their palettes. However, they've been straying away from this, and that deeply saddens me. I know it shouldn't sadden me that much because it's just colourful powder at the end of the day, but this arrangement just pleases me. But anyways, this is the Blend Bunny palette that I keep reaching back into. This and All Done Up, my beloveds. I love the colours in here. The greens are really beautiful, and this like neutrally row I love. The shimmers in here are very akin to the All Done Up shimmers that Blend Bunny has done. They're really, really sparkly and like foiled and metallic. The blues are so fucking breathtaking. Blend Bunny mattes are some of the best mattes that exist on the market in my personal opinion. And this colour story is just me. I feel like this is like me at every stage of my makeup journey except for the warm tones. Like, I feel like I've loved each, like I've been through like my pink phase, my blue phase, and I'm currently in my green phase, and then I feel like if I ever enter a purple phase, this palette will still match. But yeah, every time I look at Blend Bunny's newer palettes, I'm just like, they're gorgeous, but are they like Lure? No, they're just not. Lure just really, really makes me so happy, and I feel like a 24 pan palette is the absolute maximum I would go for an eyeshadow palette. Any more than 24 pans and I get really overwhelmed. But if you love these kind of like aqua mermaidy tones, you need Lure in your life. Let's go with this one actually. I think this was the first palette that I bought this year. This is the Udden's Eye Flora Story palette that I did in collaboration with Amanda, Makeup Just for Fun. And this is a gorgeous sage green fairy palette. Like, these tones of green, I want like my bookshelf to be this colour. I want it. I want my, every time I build, okay, this is such a really fucking niche reference. Is it, I play The Sims, it's niche. It's not, it's really not. But this is a very specific reference. in Cottage Living, in that Sims 4 expansion pack, there's like this tone of green in like so many things. Like there's a door, there's like a cabinet swatch in the kitchen for this. I literally use that swatch, this shade of green swatch, in everything. Anytime I build in The Sims, especially if I'm building a cottage and like with the Cottage Living, everything is this colour. My goblin desires with green don't just end at eyeshadow. I want my IRL cabinets to be green. But anyways, that's besides the point. Amanda popped off with this one. I love the arrangement of mattes and shimmers in here. There is a really pretty iridescent multi-chrome that, as you can see, I have hit pan in because no iridescent is safe from me. Brackets threatening. These two shimmers as well, like I have huge dips in them. They just work stunningly. The tones are just so ethereal and fairy-esque and just like, but like they're green, but they're kind of like a neutrally green, and even like the purples in here, they're purple, but they're like a demure purple. Like they're muted. I just like the mutedness of this. It just makes me feel like I'm covered in moss and I live in like the Shire. It's bloody wonderful, and I don't know if it's still available. I hope it is. But everything I love always ends up being limited edition, which is bullshit. Don't know why I went up north for that one, but the next palette we have to talk about is from my beloved, my babies, Geology Cosmetics, and this big mama is the Wheat Belt palette. Wheat Belt is Geology's second palette, and oh, look at her. I did get this one in PR, and this is so much fun. It's such a good sequel to their first palette, Pilbara. Wheat Belt is so wonderful. I love the neutrals in here. I actually reach into this palette mostly for the neutrals. The greens in here are some of my favorite greens in my collection ever. Their matte formula blends so effortlessly and beautifully. Their mattes do remind me of Blend Bunny mattes and Glaminatrix mattes. Like, I think Glaminatrix, Blend Bunny, and Geology are my favorite matte formulas. This color story is so inspiring to me. It's almost a rainbow, but not quite, you know? Like, it's giving like the grunge, it's giving like pumpkin picking and all of that. These tones just complement my like hair and eye color and like just features beautifully. It just warms my heart every time I look at this palette. It's been such a joy to use. The only critique, well, I have a couple critiques, is one, the palette's just really chunky. It's really hard to store in my collection. And I also wish that there was a sparkly iridescent in here, because their sparkly iridescent in their first palette was top 10 eyeshadows ever. But again, that's me also being an iridescent slag, because I just want an iridescent in every single palette that exists. Alright, the next palette we have to talk about is from Alter Ego. I got this in PR. This is the Coastal palette. This one is just stunning. I apologize that I'm very repetitive in terms of talking about how much I love certain things. I simply can't think. I don't have a script when I film videos, and clearly it shows. Because every time I describe something, I'm like, this is beautiful, this is stunning, this is beautiful, this is stunning. Like, use any other word, Skye. You have other words in your brain. You did English A-level. Like, you should know words. But no, I don't. I just don't. This is duping the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette, I believe. Lord, I love these cool-toned mauvey purpley greys in this palette. The matte arrangement is lovely. I even like the browns in here. I love brown eyeshadow. I'ma say it. I love browns just as much as I love, like, colourful, like, pastel colours. I just love them. I just love them. They're the cream of the crop. The shimmers in here, like the super shiny ones that you can see like reflecting. I love this taupey shimmer. I don't have anything like it in my collection. The deep like purpley like bluey one, I don't usually use deep shimmers that often, but this one I actively go into this palette for. They are so glossy and wet looking and just shiny on the lids. There is quite a bit I'd change about this palette, such as like these kind of like thin like shimmery like satin shades. They're just not good. They're really bad. And also this like glossy like thingy, it's just a bit naff. I just don't like it. I'd prefer to have more deep mattes in here. I feel like that would anchor this palette a lot better, especially because we have like some deeper shimmers. Like I think we just need a bit more deep mattes. But other than that, I love this palette so much. It's been such a lovely like romantic one to dip into. and Alter Ego really surprised me with this one. Like, I did not expect to love it as much as I did, but it is a staple in my collection. Now, these next two palettes are actually sister palettes together, and I feel like none of y'all are gonna be surprised that I'm mentioning these. I want to talk about them at the same time, and I'm gonna do it. My Glaminatrix, Sugar and Spice, and Rich Romantic. Let's talk about Sugar and Spice first, because this one I was meant to be getting in PR. My package got lost in the mail, and then I bought it myself because I did not want to miss out on this, and thank God I placed the order because... look at her. This color story is so fucking unique to me because you have like these like interesting neutrals at the bottom. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like the cream shades. Like, maybe if you're gonna have a cream shade, just have one. Why do we have two? But like these like neutrally like browns, they're kind of like an olivey grey undertone, which for my light olive skin, give me more of those. The black in here is so pigmented yet easy to work with. It doesn't blend out into a grey. You have some pastels at the bottom, which I love a pastel. You can't take them away from me. They are so wonderful, and you have this beautiful row of shimmers at the top, and even a black based multi-chrome that's like red, like gold sort of situation. This is like a neutral palette with pastels. Like, it's a very sophisticated like palette. Every time I look at this and I wear it, I just feel like, yes, I am important. I'm actually wearing this palette on my eyes today. I'm using these three mattes, and I used Lavender and Basil as my lid shades. I'm actually gonna show you. Hello! It's a pretty simple look, but I absolutely love it. These tones just really compliment me, I feel, and Sugar and Spice has just been really fun to play with. This shade Fennel is fucking ridiculous. Like, it's a green, gold, orange, like silver. I don't get how Glaminatrix does it, but they do. I know Glaminatrix has said that this formula is a bit different to their other palettes, but for some reason, for me, I don't think it is. Maybe I'm just not good at spotting my new differences, but because I already loved Glaminatrix's formula, like, me loving this, I just feel like I don't see a difference. But that's besides the point. This palette is fucking phenomenal. I love the packaging, I love the formula, everything about it is just wonderful. I love her. And the fact that they came out with a sister palette to Sugar and Spice, Rich Romantic, this blew me out of the water. This one I did receive in PR, and this is the perfect romantic color story. There, I said it. I said it. Nothing can come between this and me and anything else. What am I fucking saying? But this is Rich Romantic. It is so rich and romantic. I don't know how else to describe it. The multi-chromes in the middle row are outstanding. This shade right here reminds me of the Auden's Eye one, actually, in the Flora Story palette. But I love the tones in here so much. There's a lot of like spiciness to it because a lot of the shades have like an orange flash to them. I have mentioned time and time again that I am a slag for anything with a gold sheen. And almost all of the shades, like the shimmery shades in here, have a gold sheen. So you know it's up my alley. The deep mattes in here are so rich and just bold and wonderful to work with. I find that even though this is like a romantic color story, you may be looking at it and being like, it's just a pink palette, it's nothing super special. I think it really is special. It just has something to it that makes it different. I think the multi-chromes really make this palette for me. And even like the tones of the browns, they have like the murky like olive tone to them. I want more brands to do murky olive toned like browns. They just are so underrated and work beautifully. This is a palette that I keep reaching back into, I keep just thinking about, and even if I don't use it, I usually always open my drawers to swatch it. It's just such a good one. I love Rich Romantic. She is stunning. It's literally like if Sugar and Spice had like a sprightly, like, girly pop younger sister. Like, this is the grunge sister, this is the girly pop sister. Now, we're still not finished talking about eyeshadow because I have some single shadows that I want to mention. Only 3, thankfully. Now, can we tell there is a theme with what I like. So the first shadow we have to talk about, I would say that this is the top single shadow, and actually the top eyeshadow itself for all of 2023. Camera died and also overheated. That hasn't happened since summer. And I also had to turn on the stinky big light because it's pitch black outside and it's only 4 o'clock. If you know me, you know that I absolutely despise the big light, aka the ceiling light, in any household. But anyways, I believe we were talking about Shine by SD Ice Blink, which was their collaboration with SeekingShifts Riley. Riley, if you're watching this video, god damn, you fed the children with this eyeshadow. As a certified iridescent slag, I have a high standard when it comes to iridescence, and this is number one. I've gone on my inner corners today. This is the brightest, yet spiciest, yet iciest iridescent ever. It has white silver sparkles, but it also has blue and orange in it. I have never seen like that combination in an iridescent before this one. It's so sparkly and bright, but the orange like sparkle in it makes it so spicy and warm, but with the blue it also neutralizes it, but then you can get it's so dimensional. Like, this is the most dimensional shadow. Well, this alongside this next iridescent. I'm actually surprised that I haven't hit pan in it. You can just see the sparkle. Just look at her. Look at her. I love her. I love it as face highlight. Ice Blink is such a good boy, and I believe it's still available as well, so get it while you can. I hope it's not going to be limited edition, but I think all collabs eventually are just limited edition, which is sad. But yeah, Ice Blink. I also need this in a bigger pan, please. I want to have this as a face highlight pan. Now the other iridescent we have to mention, this is from Terra Moons, and this is Subluna. Talk about a flaky, spicy iridescent. This is ya boy. My lighting right now is absolutely not optimized for showing shifts, but this one is so like flaky in texture, similar to the Cosmos and Coalescence from Terra Moons. But this has essentially the shifts of the Cosmos, but as an iridescent. Like, it has the spicy red, orange, green, blue. Like, it's just a rainbow iridescent, truly. And the flaky texture makes it so breathtaking. If you want more like concentrated sparklies, go for Ice Blink, but if you want more like flaky texture, go for Subluna. I clearly love both, so either one works. I do find though that with this flakier formula, you do have to like kind of smooth it out a little bit. Like, it can look a little bit like too much, but then if you just like rub it in and disperse it, it just looks so incredible and twinkly. I love Subluna. And the other shadow we have to mention is also from Riley's collab with Shine by SD, and this is Verdigris, as I like to call it. It's actually called Verdigris. This is the most unique shadow that I have seen. It's kind of like a grey olive with a pink, gold, orange shine to it, and green shine as well. It's so unbelievably unique. Like, it's neutral but mossy, but also like grey olive. It's wonderful. I find that this complements my tones really nicely. As you can tell, I like olive eyeshadow. I like it. I wore this to my friend's wedding and it was so, it looked gorgeous. It looked stunning. I just feel really sophisticated and pretty. This is a very like neutral lovers approachable multichrome, in my opinion, because it's just so like, you wouldn't think much of it when you first saw it, but it is so smooth and shiny and shifty. It's lovely. So yeah, I've only narrowed down 3 single shadows for this year's yearly favourites, but they are 3 powerful boys. Rightio, now we're moving on to the lips category. I'm going to kind of speed through this one, not because I don't want to talk about them, but I think it's because I just filmed my lip swatch reel, and I am looking at the lipsticks and I'm like, I love you guys, but I also I don't want to look at lipstick anymore. So let's just jump right on in. The first lip gloss we have to talk about is from Half Magic Beauty. This is their Magic Drip lip gloss in Magic Brownie. This is so unbelievably sparkly. I thought that Cake Shake from Fenty Beauty was my sparkly beige like gloss of my dreams. No, it's this one. This like Magic Drip gloss is so unbelievably sparkly on your lips, but it's not like frosty. Like, it's glossy and sparkly. Like, I can't really describe it. If you want something that sparkles and shines on your lips and also is a beautiful brown tone, I love brown tone lipsticks. I just think they look the prettiest on me. This is a gorgeous sparkly brown gloss. One of the downsides to it though is the applicator, because I find that it's so tiny, which is probably really good for people with smaller lips, but also like it is good to like get like a clean outline. However, you do have to dip back in because it doesn't hold that much product. You have to dip back in like many times. I think to do my whole lips, I dip in like 4 or 5 times, which I think is a bit excessive in my opinion. But other than that, love this gloss. Also very sensory friendly, like it's not sticky and like gloopy on your lips. I hate that when lip gloss. If lip gloss is like gloopy on my lips, bleh. Continuing on with the lip gloss theme, we have the Rare Beauty Glossy Lip Balm in the shade Nearly Neutral. This is just a beautiful glossy lip balm. It's a cool tone brown. This is such a plush, luxurious lip balm formula. Like, it's glossy like a gloss, but it still has like the moisturizing properties of a lip balm. It's just a liquefied lip balm basically. It's wonderful. It's really, really hydrating on my lips. I just feel so sophisticated when I wear it, and my lips, I dropped it. And my lips greatly appreciate it because I don't look after my lips that much. I am not nice to them. Sticking along with Rare Beauty, we have Rare Beauty Wise. Honestly, ever since I placed my Rare Beauty order in like, what, February? I have been wearing these two products non-stop. Wise was such an unexpected favourite because I was actually hoping to get a different shade of this lipstick, but they sold out of it, and it was, honestly, it was a brown, warm, neutral. Like, a lipstick that I literally have, like, 3 times in my collection. So this was actually like my second or third choice because the other one I wanted was similar to the first one, but this one is like a cool toned brown, and I thought, yeah, you know what, let's throw it in, why not? When I first wore it, I was like, oh, yeah, it's alright, but it's one of those slow burns that I just fell more and more in love with it the more I used it, and I noticed that I was reaching for it constantly, and I was like, wow, I really do like that lipstick, huh? Anytime I wear cool tones, anytime I wear green, olive tones, like murky colours like that, this lipstick complements so well. This formula is really lovely. It's a beautiful bullet lipstick, like satin finish on your lips. It doesn't tug, it's not drying, it's not too glidey either. I do love a super glidey like lipstick, like I really love those moisturising ones, but this one isn't. It's a perfect in between, pretty good, long lasting, and I like the packaging. I just sit here and do this a lot. Like when I'm at a social event with people that I don't know, I'm just there with this under the table. So it makes a good fidget toy. Rare Beauty Wise, an unexpected favourite, but much loved. This one just keeps appearing in all of my yearly favourites, but I can't not talk about it because, like, I just genuinely love her. I won't stay on this for too long. It's the SKyeTheCloud Kiss for Fairy Cream Lipstick in Love Jasmine. I have just used this so much. I am picturing myself to like finish this up and buy another one at some point. The formula is just so unbelievably glossy on your lips, so creamy, beautiful like rosy brown neutral on my skin tone. It's the perfect neutral for me, and it's so moisturizing. It feels almost like a lip balm. And it makes my lips look juicy and glossy without wearing a lip gloss, and the pigment is perfect, and it's my favourite lipstick. It just is my favourite lipstick. You gotta take this away from my cold dead hands. I love this lipstick. If SKyeTheCloud ever discontinues this, I'm knocking on their door. I'm coming to their house, and I will haunt them for the rest of my years. And the last lipsticks we have to talk about, which are the last products that we have in this video, are 2 Kaleidos lip clays. Now, Kaleidos lip clays are my favourite liquid lipstick formula. They are just top dogs. They're fucking brilliant. You can wear them like as blurred blotted lips so easily because of their silicone formula. It's so easy to blend on your lips. You can wear them full coverage and they're not drying. They do transfer a little bit, but they're pretty transfer proof. They're not drying, they're just great. And these are the two colours that I've been wearing a lot. And can we notice they're from the same collection? I don't remember which collection this one was. Sound of Winter? No. I don't know. The grey one. The one I'm wearing on my lips is Cold Smoke, and this is just, isn't this just such a beautiful grey brown? Like cool tone grey brown? I really like it. Does it make my teeth look like quite yellow? Yeah, but like I drink coffee. Of course my teeth are gonna be a bit yellow. I don't care. And the other Kaleidos lip clay is the shade Cognac, and this one is just a really beautiful rusty dried blood red colour. This is my favourite red lipstick to wear. I love Rubino from Kaleidos as well. I love all my Kaleidos lip clays, but Cognac is one that I keep dipping into, and it's actually drying up a little bit because I've been using it so much. So I think I need to repurchase this in 2024, but I love Cognac. I feel so gorgeous even when it's like blurred out. Like I just feel so sophisticated and so like, you know. But anyways, that is gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a long one, but I know that you guys like my longer form videos, which makes me very happy because I love making them. Do let me know what are your 2023 makeup favourites. I'm hoping to get this video up before 2024. I hope so, on the 30th. But we'll see. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to all of my favourite makeup products this year. These are some of my favourite videos to watch and make. Like, it's just bloody fun. Just seeing what people love. It's so cute. If you'd like to see more makeup content from me, you can follow me on my Instagram. It's faerie.skye right here. I post all my looks there and I'm active on there every single day. If you'd like to support me further, I do have my own small business, Raincloud Candles Co. We're a small queer-owned business based in the UK and we make handmade candles and wax melts. The link to shop will be down below, along with our social media if you'd like to support us. I'm hoping that 2024 is going to be a big year for Raincloud. I really hope so, because, not gonna lie, this year has been a flop for Raincloud. But next year, I've got some plans. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you here. And as always, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!